Closure is for betas. Today's video is inspired by a blog that is no longer around, sadly. It was called Laid NYC, and I remember reading this article around, I think it was like 5, 6 years ago, and it made such a big impact on me because it made me realize that anytime you're seeking closure as a man, you're displaying beta, unattractive behavior. A woman either is attracted to you or she isn't. She either wants to sleep with you or she doesn't. You don't need closure. Closure is for women, okay? Not for men. And anytime some girl breaks up with you or doesn't want to see you anymore or she ghosts, you don't want to contact her and have a long emotional conversation about your feelings, about her feelings, about her reasons why she broke up with you. And the reason you don't want to do that is because there are two reasons, actually. The first one is she will never actually give you the real reason she broke up with you. So she's never going to give you the real reason. She's not going to say, oh, well, it's because, you suck in bed, or because you're too needy and you're texting me all the time, or, it's because you're so boring and unexciting and you do nothing for me emotionally. Or another one could be, oh, well, when I look at you and we go somewhere, I don't see any other women checking you out. I don't see any other women being interested in you, so I must have made the wrong choice. You must not be attractive. She's never going to tell you that. She's going to give you a socially acceptable reason, some BS reason like, I'm really busy with work right now and I can't concentrate on a relationship. I just don't have enough time. Or I really like you as a friend and I don't want to ruin what we have as our friendship. Or I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I just got out of another relationship and I need some space. I need some time to myself. That's what she's going to tell you 90% of the time. So it's going to just be a bullshit excuse. And sometimes it's going to be so out there, so crazy, so unreasonable. Like her excuse will be so it has nothing to do with reality, basically, that you're going to want to justify yourself, that you're going to want to provide reasons and, logically convince her. Don't do any of that. Don't do it, okay? Because it's unattractive. It's just going to turn her off further and it's going to push her further away. The second reason you don't want to, have these long drawn out conversations or argue against her decision or try to prove yourself or rationalize things away is because a lot of times the girl makes the decision kind of like on a feeling, but she's not 100% sure if she made the right decision. So she kind of categorizes you in a beta category, but she's not sure about it. And you trying to justify yourself, you trying to prove yourself just cements her decision that she made the right decision. It gives her that emotional closure that, she made the right decision. It validates her decision, in other words. So don't ever try to prove yourself. Don't ever try to justify yourself, because doing that just proves to her that she made the right decision. It proves to her that you don't have any other sexual options, that you are, in fact, the lame dude she thought you were. It proves, like I said, everything she feels about you, and it proves it correct. So don't do it. Don't validate her. Don't give her any justification. Don't give her any proof that her decision is the correct one. So what can you do? Let's say a girl does say, I don't think we should see each other anymore, or she breaks up with you. Well, you should just send her a nice text saying, okay, smirk, and move on. Never contact her again. You basically next her in your mind. and you see other women. And if you don't have any other women in your life, you start approaching, you start getting phone numbers, and you never think about her again. You never contact her again. And this will leave her unfulfilled. A lot of times you hear about guys that move on and then they're dating other girls, and somehow, they're not doing this as a technique or as a strategy to get her back. The dudes actually move on emotionally. And the girl sees them later, sees that they're happy, and she often wants to contact the guy back and get back with him. Now, whether you give her another chance, that's up to you. A lot of dudes next the girl because, out of pride and out of the feeling that they've moved on, they have other girls, so they don't no longer want to go back to her. And that's a personal choice. But I'm saying that if you do move on emotionally, physically, and are over her, sometimes the girl will come back because she decides in her head that, oh shit, I made a mistake. Here he is with other girls. Here he is. He doesn't give a shit that I dumped him. Because what do most guys do when they get broken up with? They get needy. They want to convince the girl. They want to tell her, hey, please, no, I think we'd be compatible. X, Y, and Z because of X, Y, and Z. These are the reasons. I think, blah, 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 I can do like this. Or they try to change their behavior in order to keep the girl. No, you don't want to do any of that. Just say, okay, smile, and move on. And this will rob her of that emotional satisfaction and of that validation that she made the correct decision about you. So this is another example of just being non-needy, living your life, moving on without any need to keep any one girl. Like I say a lot of times, stop believing that soulmate myth. There is not just one girl that is right for you. There are thousands of girls that could be your soulmate, maybe even millions, because like I said, there's 3.5 billion women on earth. I'm sure you can find a couple million that would be perfect for you if you just looked. All right, thanks a lot for watching my video. Check out datingarchitect.com. There are other great articles on there, and see you next time.